Congressman Davis, how do you feel about this climate change and energy legislation?
Well, I'm going to vote against the bill on the floor of the House today. It's a better bill than it was a few months ago, but it frankly still needs a lot more work. There are some regions and some places in the country where this bill is going to be, frankly, a net winner. Unfortunately, Alabama is not one of those places, and the Southeast is not one of those places. So all of us ultimately have to represent the interests of our district and our state, and that's why I'll be voting no on the bill today.
And why isn't it going to be a winner, as you term it, for Alabama?
Well, two reasons. Number one, this bill is going to, despite the efforts to make it better, this bill is still going to wreak havoc with the manufacturing sector in some parts of the country. Alabama is a state whose modern economy has become more and more dependent on manufacturing jobs, and of course, manufacturing jobs are very carbon intensive. They emit a lot of greenhouse gases. The coal industry is going to be affected. The steel industry, which has already been decimated in our state, stands to be affected. And yes, there are allowances. Yes, there are some things in the bill to mitigate the impact if this legislation were enacted. But most experts still believe there are going to be short-term and medium-term costs that are going to fall hardest on places that have a strong manufacturing sector. Now, another problem in the Southeast is the renewable electricity standards for utilities. We need renewable standards, but those standards need to include nuclear power and they need to include hydropower, and unfortunately they don't. Alabama's utility energy profile is very dependent on both nuclear and hydropower.
If it's a bill that you can't support today, what briefly would you like to see added to the bill or changed in the bill that would make it something you could support?
Well, the Senate is moving in a very different direction. The Senate, for example, is not considering cap and trade. The cap and trade provisions are the ones that would frankly damage the manufacturing sector short term and would have a lot of other unpredictable consequences in our economy. I'm looking to see this process go forward. We need an energy bill. We need a dramatic plan to spend more resources and to develop alternative renewable sources of energy. That's got to be the project for this generation. But we need to make sure that at a time when we're shrinking in our economy, when we're in the midst of a deep recession, we need to make sure we're not making a dramatic change that could cost us jobs in the short term, because many states simply can't afford to lose any more jobs.
How difficult, though, is it, Congressman, to vote against a bill that is a priority for the president and obviously for Democratic leaders in the House?
Well, the president is exactly right to raise this issue, and Congress is going to keep working. Again, the Senate is moving in a different direction. Even if this bill passes, you won't get a bill unless the House and Senate come together. So there's a lot of work that's got to be done. This is the wrong time for cap and trade. This is the wrong time to impose the renewable electricity standards on the Southeast, but we need to work our way through it. We need a stronger energy independence strategy in this country. This bill today, though, doesn't quite get there. Got to run and cast a vote, unfortunately.
Congressman Artur Davis, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.